And still to come, coming up is my conversation with the lovely Jasmine Guy when MyMetroTV.com continues. I recently caught up with actress Jasmine Guy just before a nightly performance of the play Blues for an Alabama Sky. I asked the veteran actress of stage, movies, and television what she was up to, her future plans, and of course, about the character Whitley. So tell me, Ms. Guy, coming out of the Cosby camp, they're celebrating 25 years this year, the anniversary. What was that like to be a part of such an iconic operation?
Well, A Different World came around about, I guess, five or 6 years after the Cosby Show. So I guess our 25th anniversary is coming up. I got to be prepared for that. I haven't gotten over our 10th, but it was a great time. I felt that we were doing quality work. It certainly was a lot of fun. It had a very familial atmosphere on the set, and Debbie Allen was more our leader and our head person, and Cosby would come in every now and then because they filmed on the East Coast and we filmed on the West Coast. So, but it's great to see everyone all grown up. I saw them on the Today Show, Raven Simone and Keisha Knight Pulliam and Malcolm Jamal Warner and Felicia I've seen often over the last 20 couple years, but it's just great to see everybody and hear all the old stories.
Now, a lot of folks, they know you definitely as Miss Gilbert. And being from Boston, what was your inspiration for A Southern Belle? What did you draw inspiration from?
Well, when I was in the, after I was born in Boston, we moved to New York, and then we moved to Atlanta when I was in the 3rd or 4th grade. And the accents blew me away. I couldn't understand people, and my mom really had a hard time. She's from Massachusetts, and she just really couldn't understand people. And I started listening. My ear was very keen to the different kinds of Southern accents that are down here, and I started imitating my teacher, my classmates, and actually my 3rd grade teacher's accent is the one that I used for A Different World.
Okay.
I just decided to talk like Miss Pankert. So that was it. I didn't know I'd be doing it for the next 6 years of my life, but I don't talk like that every day anymore. I haven't for 20 years.
That's a good thing.
I think so, too.
So, everyone knows you for that character and in the comedic role that it is. But you've done some serious stuff as well. Tell me a little bit about that. What was the difference? How was it different playing a serious role when you've been known for the comedic character?
Well, I was a dancer, and then I did theater for, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years before I got A Different World. So my base is a more theatrical base than television. So going back to theater and stage is very comfortable for me. I love it. And after A Different World was down, I think I did a couple of movies, and then I went to New York and I did Chicago and toured the country with that, as well as Vegas and Broadway. So it's kind of what I do mostly, to me. That's my home. And then from there, everything else has come out of that. I mean, A Different World was filmed in front of a live audience, and we did it pretty much as a stage production. And I just see the diversity in my career just coming from the different things that I enjoy doing and that I'm able to do. As long as I can do it honestly and truthfully, I'm going to do it. If the child happens to be funny in the process, great. But I'm not always funny, and I don't think that, I think that humor isn't as separate from us as we like to think it is. We laugh at inappropriate times. Some people are just funny. No matter what comes out of their mouth, it's going to be funny. And so I think between the dramatic and the comic, there's not as much of a line as maybe people think.
Okay, and speaking of plays or theater in this particular instance, tell me what attracted you to this particular play.
Well, I've been in Atlanta now for 4 months, and I've worked with True Colors Theater Company, and I sought Kenny Leon out, who's the artistic director, because his work does speak for itself, and he's someone that I've wanted to work with for years. And when they were casting for Miss Evers' Boys, I had just finished doing a production with them called Swimming Upstream, which was about the Katrina victims from New Orleans. And he cast me in Miss Evers, and I thought it was just the greatest gift to be able to do artistically that kind of work, and with the level of professionalism and commitment that Kenny Leon brings to the production. And that literally rolled into Blues for an Alabama Sky, who's written by one of my favorite writers, Pearl Clegg, who also lives in Atlanta. Novelist and playwright, essayist, lecturer, teacher. She's a wonderful person. I've known her for a long time. And so I was very excited to be able to do one of her works.
Okay.
And Blues for an Alabama Sky and Miss Evers' Boys happened to be both of the early 1930s, so I really didn't do much but change wigs.
Okay. And I understand you've got some projects on the horizon. What can we expect in the future?
I'm directing a production of For Colored Girls Who Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough, and that opens here at the Southwest Arts Center on July 15th, and we run through August 9th, featuring Nicole R.E. Parker and Robin Givens.
Will this be your directorial debut, or have you directed in the past?
I directed this piece last year at another stage, so I'm restaging, recreating it, and directing, but I consider it still my debut. I'm still running in the debut light as far as I'm concerned, till I go to another play.
Okay.
So yeah, this is my debut.
And if fans want to find out what you are up to, do you have a website or a contact situation?
I have a website, JasmineGuy.com, I think it is. There's so many. There are a lot of Jasmine Guys. You should be able to tell which one's mine. And then I have Facebook also. And my face is on it and my voice is on it. But there are like 4 or 5 Jasmine Guy Facebooks too. They're all cool. Everybody's being really nice on them, but I only have one.
Okay.